Night of Champions is in the books, and uh, wasn't a bad show in the slightest. I don't think there were any really bad matches on the card. Some slow matches, but a lot of matches didn't really have enough build for me, so I was really just like watching them wait from the end. You know what I'm saying? Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill are both the king and queen of the ring. Solo Sikoa is the new United States champion after beating Jacob Fatu with the help of Tonga Loa, JC Mateo, and Hikuleo, who I didn't know was that tall. I didn't know he's big. I don't know much about him. I knew he like of his like existence. I didn't know he was that tall. What is that? Samian Cross was all right. Cross took a back bump, and like he always does. I don't know why that was even a narrative, but Cross really needed that win. You know, it was good to see him like have a match finally, but he really needed that win. I'm not really. I don't. Sammy winning that match is. Raquel and Rhea was a lot better than I expected. Again, Raquel should have won that match. Raquel and Karrion both needed to win their matches. Sammy and Rhea win a lot more than both of them do, and both of them didn't really like gain anything from that. You know, you can see the GOAT retained against CM Punk. I was having a great time with Cena and Punk. This is Cena's best match since he turned heel. I was expecting this, and it happened. My only issue with this match, Triple H did the Mania 40 thing. You know what? The entire roster comes out, you know what I'm saying? He's been trying to replicate that feeling time and time again, and I don't like it because I feel like eventually it takes away from how good Mania 40 was. I remember when I was telling people that the Bloodline's influence on wrestling, the fact that they clogged up everything and everything was centered around them, eventually it was going to bite this company in the butt. We're starting to get to that point because now everything has evolved from that big Bloodline rules ending, and now we're getting Penta coming out in a match that had literally nothing to do with him, just to like further a Monday Night Raw rivalry between him and Braun, which didn't need to be shown tonight. You know, they're still doing this Rollins and Punk thing, which I'm not completely mad at, but it's like you're still. I don't think you need to do the Rollins and Punk stuff like this anymore. You know, I don't see why Punk has to come out on Monday and say, "Oh, Rollins, you screwed me over," and then we start fighting. You know, I thought Rollins was in the feud with LA Knight. Yeah, like Cena and Punk was so good without the Mania 40 ending. You know, you don't have to. They did it on Raw. They did it with the Fatal 4-Way when Jay won. They keep doing it, and it's like you're taking away from how great that was by every few weeks just doing the whole thing with the entire roster. Sammy came out. Like, why? Why? I thought LA Knight was going to come out and push Bronson off the turnbuckle. I'm like, what are we doing all this for? You know, it's you're overcomplicating something that was very simple. You know, Rollins coming in, that's cool. He has the briefcase. You know, have even slightly understood if Cody came out. You know, because Cody's more the part of this than freaking Bronson and Braun and freaking Sammy and Penta are. You know. Not the best show, not the worst show. Cena retained. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? And everything else, you know, it was really just a glorified Monday Night Raw to me. Again, not a terrible show. All the matches were quote unquote good, but there was really just no feeling to a lot of it, and it came out to like the main event was the only thing where like I really gave a damn about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So our next show is Evolution. They have about 2 weeks to build it. That freaks me out as well. I don't know how to. I feel like you should have been building a lot quicker. I know Liv's injury knocked everything off kilter, but I hope they don't just start throwing matches together. That's gonna suck. And then we got Saturday Night's main event is like the day before Evolution, I think, and then SummerSlam, which is about 35 days away. So, we got a good month and a little bit to see where this company goes for SummerSlam, the biggest show of the year, you know. Y'all let me know how you feel about Night of Champions and well, Night of Two Champions, because again, there's only 2 belts on the line tonight, you know. And yeah.